All right. Push your buttons or do whatever you have to do.
I had to attest. I attest to being recorded. I consent.
Now, like, Johnny's not here, but he wrote down everything we're supposed to say. This is fully scripted.
Okay.
He just wanted to make it look like he wasn't here.
Yeah. This is our actual thoughts.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody have their script out from Johnny before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I must be like the one that was left out. Yeah.
John, we got bad news.
Oh, well.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
We're making a podcast exclusive, but
You're fired.
Yeah, nice run, Sean. Sorry.
with like 3 shows, it's enough.
Third time was not the charm. See you later, buddy.
Wow.
All right.
Let's do this. What's up, everybody? It's Josh and Jess here with God Hates Unicorns, and we're here with another super extra awesome round of bands and artists we like and support that aren't as good as God Hates Unicorns. It's just a name, and it's also true though. But nobody is. And here with us today we have Johnny and the Razorblades. Sans Johnny, this is a Razorblades only party.
Exclusive. Yeah, exclusive.
Is he?
Yeah, so like he's cheating on you.
He likes them better than you. Well,
He's not cheating. He's not cheating on us. It's a poly relationship. He just, it's completely consensual and open.
Okay.
But it's like one-sided, Paulie. So it's kind of
Yeah. We're close. We're close. We can't do anything
he's
else.
he's
We're
like what's that the Three Wives show? Remember
Sister Wives.
Yeah, it's like that. Like he could have sister wives, but we just have to.
What's the band's name?
What's the band's name that he's recording?
If it's consensual and you guys know about it, what's the band's name?
You know what?
There's so many other. There's so many other
you know,
bands that
he used to tell us, and now he doesn't even tell us anymore. and I feel like he's just going behind our backs and just recording every band under the sun. And I don't know how I feel about this.
He's kind of a hoe.
For sure.
He probably can't even keep track of all these band names at this point.
No,
Probably
they're just
not.
numbers. They don't even. He doesn't even remember their names at this point. They're just check marks.
We usually say like it's easier for him to list the bands in Pittsburgh that he's not in than to list the bands in Pittsburgh that he is in.
Oh yeah, he's in bands, recording bands, man.
He just shows up.
He does it all.
He does. He's the man about town.
He gives good oral.
He gives good oral.
He's pretty good with the fingers too. I don't know. He plays good guitar. I don't know what are you talking about, Sean?
Oh my god. So here with the Razorblades, and since this comes out on Sunday, and it is Sunday now because it came out, they just had their album come out on Friday. So you've had a chance to hear it, and if you haven't, you should now. It's called Line Up. And it's awesome. And from what I've heard, it is like 7 years in the making.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier today, you're probably going to ask, oh, when did you start recording this? And I honestly don't know. It was a couple years ago, I think, at this point. Honestly, anybody remember?
We recorded this 2 times. We recorded this album 2 times.
The second time? Do you remember when the second time was?
2 years ago.
In 2015, we did the idea to do the 3 albums. And I only remember that's what the date was because we were playing with The Cry and we told them about it. And they're like, that is a terrible fucking idea.
And we told them, you don't know what you're talking about. We're going to get these 3 albums out in 3 years.
So 7 years.
Well, technically we did because I think the 3 albums are like 3 years in a row, just like the wrong 3 years.
The wrong 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, well, like, we went off the Gregorian calendar, so there was like some kind of mix up, so really we're on time, but just a different timeline.
Just a different time. It's a different calendar, and you did it.
And the COVID.
Yeah.
COVID.
Nope. So those aren't even years. So there you go.
We're good. We're good.
Congratulations on making that goal of an album a year, and we will continue to expect that moving forward.
I don't know. We haven't even like wrote any new songs yet, so we're like 10 years away from the next one. Man,
Get
it's
moving.
rough.
Well, I think it's a good to mention that if this is coming out on Sunday, we just had our awesome show and you were great on stage with us. So appreciate you coming out.
Very much. I had a lot of fun on stage with you guys.
Yeah, that's great.
Didn't fall.
Oh God!
By
now-
the way, totally killed it on vocals. When I first heard the final mix, I was like, this sounds better.
It was friggin' awesome.
You know, I know I'm biased because I was on it, but I think it sounds better just all around than the actual original.
I'm biased too, but I felt like that too. I was like, this is so awesome. I went, like over and over again. I'm like, this is like my favorite song I've got to be a part of. No, I thought it was my band, but I was so excited. Like when I heard how everything like sounded as far as the music and Johnny's vocals and everything, I was like, oh, I can't fuck this up. And then I was like, okay, I guess I didn't.
Did you actually say I can't fuck this up worse than John, because we were giving him rags about his vocals.
No, yeah,
I've never heard him sing so low.
Yeah.
I went in and I was like, all I'm gonna do is by the way, we're talking about what is it? A
Christmas duel.
Duel. And that is the latest song y'all put out. It's your Christmas cover from the Hives and Cyndi Lauper, but it is a better version from the Razorblades. And I didn't know what to expect other than I listened to the song a whole lot and sang it a whole lot. And I was like, this seems like my kind of song. So we did it last Saturday and it was fun.
You want to know something kind of funny? Try to guess when the first time I listened to that song was.
When?
It was on the drive to John's house. So I think I got like three times in or something.
Wait, were you doing the piano?
No, that was me. I haven't played piano in 2 years, so I had to dust mine off that morning, and I practiced it for about an hour. Went to John's, and then he told me where I didn't get it right, and then we just worked through it. So
no, I did the drums.
He did the drums. I was gonna say because it was like not everybody knew like at least you knew the words, and I'm like, oh. Okay.
No, I got it. That's how I practice. I just listen to it intently. Like I do like a serious listen, not just like throw it on.
What he means by that is when we're practicing and we try to cover a song, he goes, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette, and he'll be out in his car listening to it.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I quit smoking, so now I just have to go just
like
listen to it.
Quit smoking.
Yeah. No, but I don't really play my drums that much, but I'm always drumming. You know, like I feel like even if I'm not on my actual kit, I'm always tapping on stuff and like hitting anything really. So
I'm not always at the gym either, but I'm always working out. Like if I can get a good pump in,
Exactly.
Just get my curls in when I can.
The same concept. I'm very lazy though, so what can I say?
Well,
something cool with that song. If you type it into YouTube, I don't think a lot of people have covered that one. So like literally, it shows the Hives version, and then we're right below it.
that's awesome.
So
below it for now. Okay.
For now, we're gonna get above it, and I'm like, what? It's real super embarrassing. I'm like, I know the song and I memorized the lyrics, and I'm like so into it, and I sing it in my sleep, and it's like, what's it called again? But that's it's like just something. I don't know names.
It's like one of those weird, like usually songs have the title is in the song somewhere, and this isn't, so it makes it a little harder to remember.
Really, they're making. But and that's so cool to be a part of that. And you guys did an amazing job. I was just blown away.
Oh, thank you.
It was okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was possible.
Thank you.
I give a soft approve, like a thumbs like in a 45.
I have a very limp index finger.
And that's all John can manage after all the other bands. Gonna be like 3 Dog Night. Just have his dick explode.
I don't think I know about
I
that.
agree. She is better than
The
Cindy
guy had so much sex his dick exploded. That's the whole story.
What? Wait. How exploded? Like how?
I guess you got to watch a movie and find out.
Like he went viral on
There's
TikTok. That's what he means.
And there's a movie? It's blown my mind. All right. I just thought, they wrote some cool songs and kind of rode off in the sunset. But no. Exploding dicks was not part of the
Is the
part of the
exploding
experience.
on the video? Like, can I see it happen?
Yeah. Is there instant replay?
Yeah.
of the exploding dick?
Hey, his
With
exploding dick
multiple
back
angles.
to the sunset.
It's like a balloon.
You know,
exploding.
Next time when somebody's really confident from now on, I'm going to say they have exploding dick energy.
Exactly.
That's way more intense than big dick energy.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Dick energy. I like that. So talk about line up your album that just came out, and it's been so long in the making. First of all, it was great, and we're going to talk about how great it was. But why did it take so long?
John.
It was John's fault.
Yeah, John. He's not here, so we can just say it's his fault. We'll just go with that.
No, it really is. I mean, think about it. We're not blaming him, but I mean, like that's kind of because it was done, right, for fucking ever.
I mean, we had 3 albums worth of stuff, so like we had to we were just trying to figure out like the best way to do it. We ended up settling on 3 albums, so we put out Sticky Sweet Romance, I think 3 or 4 years ago. Then Learn to Love It. Then we finally got to this one. This is the one I was most excited about, but
I think this one, yeah, it's most of the songs on it are kind of in our rotation to play live already. Yeah. So it kind of was nice to finally get to the ones that we've been playing live for so long.
Well, when we decide what songs we want to put album, we pretty much put them out in order that we wrote them, and so this album is the 11 songs. How many?
10.
11.
10 in the intro.
10. Oh, that's right. Yeah, these are the 10 most recent songs that we wrote, I believe. And then the second album was so forth. But yeah. So I think that's how we came up.
Some of the Sticky Sweet Romance stuff was there when I joined the band in 2007. So
yeah,
been around for
I think most of that album actually, was we recorded it. We actually it's on it's on our Spotify and I think Apple Music now. It doesn't specify it in how it writes out the album title because they both say Sticky Sweet Romance, but there's a second version, which is our original version, like I guess you call it like the demo version that we never put out because the one guitarist that was in our band ended up leaving, and we're like, well, we wanted to re-record it because I don't know. I guess at the time we thought that we would try to get royalties off of every album or something. Not that there would be many, but I don't know. We're like, well, we can't put this out now, and then we just sat on it for fucking I don't even know when did it come out eventually?
16, 17,
18. No, I don't even know. I mean, it was like 10 years.
Made.
Like we recorded it once, and then 10 years later, we finally actually put it out. So, yeah, it was very timely.
It's excellent, and the thing I like about that album is that there's so many influences I could pick out, but it's so original, and each song is its own animal. It's not like the kind of thing that you play through it and it's like, I get it, or
Well, to steal a Johnism, he just says that our whole band is just us ripping off different bands, and just changing the riff a little bit. So yeah, that's how you picked up on that one.
Yeah.
Same time, John's ripping off one song, I'm ripping off a different song, Mike's ripping off a different song. Just all works together.
Yeah, and then it becomes this beautiful thing that's this new.
I hear a lot of Dave Matthews in there.
Yeah,
that's Mike.
Yeah, that's definitely Mike.
Well, listen, his real fans just call him Dave. So
you know, the cool way to call the band DMB. That's what all the insiders. So, no, I do. I'm not even joking. I like Dave Matthews, man. But and Carter Beauford is one of my favorite drummers. But I don't play like him at all, really. I mean, a little bit. I guess here and there, maybe I'll throw some things in. But his style is just, you know, well, the style of music they play is way different than ours. So I couldn't even. It would make zero sense for me to play like that on these songs because it would just sound ridiculous. But
I just hear Johnny
Yeah, Johnny is like
Dave.
the two are.
he is very, you know, he likes to scat sing every once in a while.
If you put them two next to each other, you'd think they're like just standing next to a mirror.
Yeah, you would not know the difference in any way.
Yeah, that little like dance he does with his acoustic guitar, like on stage. I mean, classic Dave. You know, just ripping him off. His voice, his guitar, his dance moves. But
He's fucking left-handed Dave.
yeah, left-handed Dave. Well, that way they could like look like a mirrored version of each other. They could stand in front of each other, and it would be really trippy to the whole audience.
He's fucking new Dave.
Exactly.
So if that's the takeaway, if you like Dave Matthews Band, you're gonna love this album.
If there's one thing people remember when they think of our band, I want them to think of Dave Matthews.
See, well, our whole band, like we all listen to the same things also, but we listen to a lot of different things. Like, I mean, a lot of stuff that I like, they hate, you know, and not that I mean, I don't really hate anything that any of them listen to, but I don't know. When I say I listen to everything, I really listen to everything. Country, like, you know, whatever. I think being that we're so influenced by so many different styles, like at least me, drum wise, you know, I'll listen to drums of, you know, multiple different genres, and I'll just take little kind of bits of different things and throw them together. And I always try to play the song, so kind of whatever works. Like if there's a part that I want to fill, you know, at this part going into a chorus or a bridge, I'll kind of, you know, think, oh, what can I do? I already did this. I want to do something different. So then I'll kind of not like straight up rip off another song, but kind of, you know, think, oh, that was kind of cool when you did this, or, you know. And I think that's a big part of kind of how our sound came about, of just pulling from different genres and combining them like into one.
I really love it. And I think that, you know, you guys are like, oh, we're ripping this up. Like, it's really not. Like, there's no, like, original sound. It's not like you're going to go out and be like, oh, hang on. Let me just, like, this is our instrument. I mean, you could. This is the Lord. It says, you're the best, because we're the best.
It's only because John wouldn't let me record with that, so that's the only reason.
Like you're gonna be influenced by something. You're gonna be doing something that speaks to you and making it your own. Like nothing is just like this came from the sky and now it's all mine. You know?
Yeah.
It all came from like different like approaches too. Like John's got like he likes to find like the most obscure version of something, and that becomes his favorite. So he'll find like bands people haven't heard of. Like Mike has his Dave Matthews and stuff. Like I came from like when I first joined the band, I was coming from like the metal stuff, and that was all just, I didn't understand how anything worked. Like I thought musicians played up to their full potential at all times. So I thought like early 2000 when the bands weren't doing solos, it's because they couldn't. Mm-hmm. I thought the only guys that could were metal guys, and then I saw the Sum 41 Metallica thing. I'm like, wait, they can fucking do that? Like, oh, I'm completely wrong. So like, I started listening to more and more stuff, and just kind of John showed me a lot of cool stuff. Mike keeps trying to show me country. It's not fucking happening.
No, I know most of this is super generic, but I don't know. I think something about I like it's catchy. I don't know. Pretty much anything is catchy. Pop music, country, rock, whatever. I just that's my thing. I don't know. I mean, I'll listen to really anything. Like I said, I listen to non-catchy things, but I don't know that like the stuff that I seem to always come back to. If I look at like a playlist I make or anything like that, it's just the very catchy poppy type stuff. It's just kind
And
of
as much as Mike gets ragged on, every time someone's like, "Oh, that's definitely a Mike song," I'm like, "Well, that song's awesome." Half the time.
exactly.
But I should just keep my mouth shut and be like, "Yeah, that song sucks. What's your problem?" And then just
It's like, well, no, it's like now it's like it's cool to like Nickelback now. I've seen that the trend is going back up.
Yo,
Where
Nickelback's
now-
fine.
Huh?
Nickelback is just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Oh,
like
I
it.
know.
It's fine.
I've said that for years. I think they do have some generic songs, especially like the newer stuff. But their first three albums, I really enjoyed, and I think they're a great live band. I've heard their live album, and I've heard a lot of good things about them. But for a while, everyone's like, "Oh, it's cool to shit on Nickelback." I'm like, why? There's so many. There's like way more shitty bands than Nickelback. I think they're like, good musicians. I think they're fine. They're like any other rock band out there. They're just more popular. I don't know. And now it's like, why is everybody hating on Nickelback? I'm like, well, so now the trend is going back up, and now it's cool to like Nickelback. So I don't know.
and Mike was with them the whole time, hand in hand.
Down since day one-ish.
One-ish.
And it's like, oh, tell me about lineup. So Nickelback's awesome, and Dave. They're fucking
Oh yeah,
great.
I guess I think I have ADHD in my life, so you guys have to just keep me on track.
No, I'm
So,
there.
Let's circle back. We're
gonna
okay?
circle back, and let me just make some statements right now for the audience. We're talking to the Razorblades from Johnny and the Razorblades. We're talking about their two top influences, which are Dave Matthews and Nick.
Yeah.
And to piggyback on what Dan said, I like with the metal scene, like, some 41 can play Metallica. Sometimes it's more important when you don't play than when you do play. Like,
Serving the song.
yeah, serving the song. Like, oh wait, I should not be doing something here.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
This part doesn't
You know what I
need
mean?
us
Like,
to
where it's
fix
like,
it.
it doesn't. I don't need a solo here. I don't need this here. It's the song that I'm serving, and that's what I'm going with. And even if you can do it, doesn't mean you fucking should.
Yeah,
But
that's how we do. That's like our fucking motto, pretty much.
Yeah.
Did you ever see? Did you see Detroit Rock City, the Kiss movie?
Yeah.
So I bought the soundtrack for that. It was really cool. But I remember on there was a cover. Everclear was doing "The Boys Are Back in Town," and then when they got to the solo, they just didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said
Good.
it worked yet, so I was like, I didn't realize it was like a kind of a music industry band. Solos are passe. So I just thought like, oh, they must not be able to play that. So and that was before, like I said, I realized like, oh, they can't. Like I don't know if you saw, there was a TikTok I saw, you meant like Sum 41. A lot of their songs, it's a lot of Metallica type stuff, just in a major key.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool. Like when you hear like, oh yeah, that is what it is. That's cool. But like I never would have thought of that, especially when they were like really like at kind of their high point, early 2000s. And we're like, oh yeah, this is basically metal, just kind of packaged differently.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say a big part of our songwriting has always been, when can we drop out? Like, when can we do pauses? Because especially, now having 5, it's really easy to play over and muddy. So it's just about trying to find that balance of when playing, when to not, if a solo is necessary, if a riff's even necessary half of the time, and just keeping it balanced throughout.
It's a good way to fake dynamics.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you're just like, hey,
You are making. You're not faking it. You're making it.
it's
Fake it till you make it.
easy.
Make it till you fake it. Either way. No, we and with at least as far as my drums go, I'm more impressed by somebody that can play the most simplest beat, but be very much in the pocket and very smooth and on time than somebody just kind of ripping a fast tom fill. You know what I mean? Because anybody could do that, and even if it sounds good, like if it's not played at the right point, like if it has no meaning, like you're just playing it to play it, then it's like what's the point of this? you want. I kind of think of a song the same way they kind of format a movie or something. Where I mean, I guess songs are the same way where you have like crescendo, decrescendo. I mean, like you want to build it to a point, to something, and then kind of go down from there and then end it. So I think you definitely don't want to overplay unless the song calls for it. I know I talk about like in Dave Matthews, which Carter's known for overplaying, but it works with the music, works with the song. He wouldn't do that if he was playing like AC/DC or something. Like he's not going to do all that shit. You know what I mean? That's what made AC/DC so great. It's like it's just a simple driving drum beat, but it's like perfect. I mean, that's all you need. And just picture it in your head. Like if anybody like what does he mean by this? Just think of AC/DC, any song of theirs, and think of somebody doing all kind of crazy shit on the drums. It would sound ridiculous, and it wouldn't sound nearly as impactful, and it would take away from the song completely. So a lot of times less is more, and pretty much the biggest hits of all time, if you really kind of look back and look at most of them, a lot of them are very simple, and like the chorus is just usually like the part that people are singing along is like backups or something, or like O's or Ah's or things like that. So that's kind of what I think of, at least.
That's the third influence. Well, I want to take it back real quick, and I want to say Everclear, maybe they didn't do the solo, maybe they couldn't do the solo, but I want to bring up the one time I did get to meet them, and I made them all sign a can of sauerkraut, and they did it, and they were so happy. And they made it out to my friend, and I made up a story of why he would want it. It was just like a can of sauerkraut, but it was for Seth.
Oh, Seth.
Seth, but
He's watching.
He's
right
never.
now.
No, he absolutely isn't. But they're very nice. So maybe they can't play a solo, but they will sign your can of sauerkraut.
I'm sure they could have done the solo. They just thought.
You got Dave Matthews, Nickelback, Everclear, and AC/DC.
There we go. That is
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Johnny and the Razorblades.
Well, we're forgetting one important band, Chaz. Who's the band we're forgetting here? Your band. Who's your
Counting
band?
Crows.
There we go. And then Sean's gonna throw in Journey and REO Speedwagon and Bon Jovi.
I mean, like the rhythm section for AC/DC, like they get, like Mike said, they play perfectly for what's there, but like they get shit on like for kind of doing like simple stuff. But like I took a trick from it's on Saturday night. It's the first like full song on the album after the intro. I took it from Cliff Williams. Huh?
It's a good segue.
In the try. But I took a trick from him, and he does it in Back in Black, where he plays a third, I think, on the A. And I do that in Saturday night right before it goes to the chorus. I play the C sharp there just to kind of pull people in a little bit before it goes to the pre-chorus.
It's awesome.
A lot of little tricks like that.
And those are the details that y'all have. It's just those songs get stuck in my head. And Saturday Night is a great example of one of those songs that you're just gonna always have in your head, and you're gonna be singing it, but it's not necessarily just the hooky lyrics. It's the whole package that makes it like in there, and like you can't. And you're just like, I can't get it out. I can't. On Saturday night. Whoa. And I love the
Well, notably, we only usually play that on Fridays. So usually the crowds are looking at us all weird because we play Friday shows most of the time.
Well, that's confusing for everybody.
Yesterday was
Saturday, and you played?
Yeah, we did play it. We
Yeah.
did play it.
We were dancing. It was fun.
Man, it was amazing.
I just wish Mike didn't break his stick right away. It wouldn't have.
Mike, that was embarrassing.
Well, you gotta play with purpose. You gotta play. Sometimes things happen.
Then he like pissed his pants on stage, and everyone. It was like weird, but you couldn't really tell because he's behind the drums. I'm just kidding. Exactly. None of this happened.
Mike stabbed the guy with a trident.
I don't know. Maybe this is maybe this is the law of attraction, and we are putting this into effect. We're talking this into existence, and all this stuff will happen.
If that actually happens, then it is my fault, and I will owe you monetary compensation.
It's okay. It's okay. This is a freebie one.
Oh my God, no. So, we don't have a whole lot of time, but I know I'm a great big weenie hot general, but I really did like the Beach Boys sad boy song. Tell me a little bit about that.
Broken Hearted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. When we first learned it and wrote it and kind of formulated the whole thing, I wasn't too sure about it. I mean, it was good, but it was obviously different from a lot of our other things, and I didn't really appreciate it to the fullest extent until I heard the recording version. I'm like, dude, this sounds amazing because with all the harmonies. Because we'll try to sing with practice, but it doesn't, with all the layering of the vocals and making sure we have perfect takes and everything, that really pulls it together. So with the harmonies and just the feel of the song, that's one of my favorite ones to listen to for sure.
And it's in a nice spot in the album. It's a nice kind of breaking point.
It is.
And I mean, John's not here, but I got to give John ton of credit. The way the writing process really works for us. John will write the structure of the song. He'll come in with the structure. He'll come in with a chord progression. He won't have lyrics yet. He'll have an idea for a melody.
He'll have mouth drums. He'll say play toot 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 toot, and that's how he.
I am very fluent in mouth drums.
So he brings it in the practice. We'll work it out in a room. Usually if the song's working, usually within 10, 20 minutes, we'll have a full song, 3-4 passes.
Yeah.
It does that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, John, he is the guy. I mean, we definitely add to the songs, but yeah, he writes, he brings the chord structure, not that I guess we've been trying Sean and Dan, we kind of we'll bring some things and we'll mess around, but for the most part, I think almost all the songs. I can't think. There might have been. Was there any other ones that he didn't bring the idea first?
The only one that didn't really happen like that was King of the Walk. That was based off of a bass line I wrote, but then John wrote the melody for it.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
I'm going to be completely honest. That song really didn't work until Chuck Berry and Inco Fido came in and added the horns. Once they added the horns, this really fucking works now. But until then,
I always liked it, but it was different.
Well, it ruins the song because now we're we can't play this live because we can't do the horns, and now it needs the horns in it.
I could do mouth horns.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, here's what I say about all of it. This is why Johnny deserves to have all of the wives, and you only have him.
I know.
It's true.
I know.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for coming. It was a joy to see you last on Saturday. Check out lineup. Check these guys out. If you haven't heard of them, what are you doing? I don't know. You're being dumb. You're not
listening to Dave Matthews Band.
You're being real pieces of shit. That's what you're being.
Or Nickelback.
So check out Johnny and the Razorblades. Check out lineup, and we can't wait to see you out again soon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Y'all are awesome.
We're going to go.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.